Well, we had our taste of summer almost. It felt like for a while with temperatures getting into those mid 70s, but now we're back towards our more seasonal average. Thank you for joining me. I'm meteorologist Colin Rask with your Watertown Weather Watch forecast. All right, we have a little bit of a change on the horizon. First, a Clipper system is going to be moving through. For the good part, or for the most part, we are not expected to see any precipitation along with this. Much of that confined off to Minnesota. But once we look ahead towards Tuesday, we're watching for a system to spin off the Pacific, and that's going to bring us some rain through the region, even potentially a couple little cracks of thunder here and there. Now, currently on our satellite radar, you might be noticing that there is that little bit of blue and green on there. Now, that is precipitation, yes, thicker clouds up in the atmosphere, but we are dry at the surface, so we're not seeing any of this, and that's going to be the case through the course of the evening. And it's not until tomorrow that we even hold potential for seeing some snow. Low temperatures starting off right around that 20-degree mark, with Huron at 17 degrees being the low point. But once we start to plan ahead over these next couple of days, basically it's a low-pressure system that's off to our west. It's going to move through, and with this warm front, there's going to be better development, and northeastern South Dakota could see a couple little flurries work their way on through. Once again, much of the snow being confined into the Minnesota region, but we could see potentially half inch, potentially an inch, especially once we look towards the northeastern corner. But this is going to be wet, heavy snow, and it's not going to be sticking around for too long as temperatures consistently keep trending above that freezing point. The other system I want to point out is off of the west coast right there, and that system is going to be moving in for Tuesday, and that's going to be bringing us some rain along with that, sticking around into Wednesday. Now, with Futurecast, pretty much we're just going to be watching for a cloudy night. Here comes that area of snow. Once again, northeastern South Dakota is going to be seeing that snow work its way on through, and then Monday is looking to be relatively quiet, and also relatively sunny as well. Winds will increase ever so slightly out of the east, upwards of 15-20 miles an hour ahead of this system, and then it'll trend out of the south, and this is at least going to help to bolster temperatures somewhat on Monday. In fact, we're looking for highs to reach into the lower 50s, but for tonight, we're not going to drop off too much. Only 27 degrees for a low, thanks to this mostly cloudy sky, but we're not expecting precipitation. Tomorrow, areas of snow are going to be working their way on through, especially towards that northeastern corner of South Dakota, and there's not going to be much warming as we keep the sun pretty well blocked out through the course of the day. Monday, that southerly breeze helping to influence our temperatures, bring us up into the lower 50s. Tuesday into Wednesday, that's when we're watching that rain to move on through. Temperatures not really rebounding much, and it's not until next weekend that finally we start to see a little bit of good warming, building us back into the 50s. But really, with this next system, much of which will be confined away from our general region, if we do see snow, considering much of the lifting mechanism takes place off to the east of us, we could see about half an inch in that northeastern corner of South Dakota, potentially, especially once we go even right up to that corner area, potentially around an inch. But much of it is looking to be confined off to Minnesota and not really impacting our region. All right, I'm meteorologist Connor Raskowitz with the Watertown Weather Watch forecast. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.